Narcissists feel threatened when they see somebody who they've had close tabs on, they've held closely under wraps, and they see that person slowly starting to gain their independence. The whole purpose of narcissistic abuse, which is basically disassembling the person's self confidence, self worth, disassembling their identity, and losing all confidence, and making them believe that they can't get on with life on their own without the narcissist. The whole purpose of all that is to make sure that the narcissist has control over the person, that they hold leverage over the person, because the person becomes dependent on the narcissist if they have no backbone, if they feel emotionally broken. And they want to make sure that the person can't escape their grips. But when one thing leads to another, and their partner, their supply, suddenly thinks they don't need to stay in that relationship anymore. They've had enough. They just can't take it anymore. And maybe they see the light. Sometimes people simply put into Google something along the lines of, why does such and such person always make me feel nervous? Why does such and such person always make me feel anxious? How can somebody say they love me, but simultaneously they treat me like crap? Why do I always feel low in confidence when I'm around, a certain individual? The point I'm getting at is a lot of people these days are learning about narcissism through their own research. And they're learning to gain their strength by educating themselves and reading about other people's experiences who have been through something similar to them. There are many ways people can see the light, but one of the ways is through research, is through online platforms. And when somebody finally understands what they're dealing with, when that confusion, that just manipulation, where your existence is to serve somebody else's agenda, when you start to see through that, and when you start to realize what's really been happening and what's been going on the past many years of your life, then you can start thinking of the steps of your eventual escape. You can start planning your way out. And importantly, you start to grow with the knowledge of that which you research. You start to grow with the knowledge of that which you have been able to assimilate to your own life experience. You can kind of read something and say, nod your head, yes, I agree. That's exactly what I went through. This is exactly how I feel. Yes, I feel confused. Yes, I feel broken. Yes, I feel trapped. But then you can break through all those barriers at the same time. The narcissist feels threatened when, for one reason or another, their supply has seen the light, and their supply has made the decision that they're going to grow their way out of the mess. They're going to educate themselves. They're going to gather the courage. They're going to create new boundaries. They're going to start pursuing their self-worth and something that gives them purpose. Once you've taken the decision that you're going to go down the path of living a life that's worth living for yourself, and a lot of personal growth goes along with that, because you need to work and understand, kind of an iterative process, your way out of that confusion that's been holding you down for so long. The narcissist becomes threatened. They almost feel helpless, but they don't throw in their towel quite yet, because they want to see if they can put you back into their broken place. They want to make you feel like you're the confused one by even wanting to have a life of dignity, a life of purpose. Sometimes they'll make you feel guilty for wanting to have a life that doesn't involve them being in it. But what really makes the narcissist feel threatened is how you can put up with so much crap that they've given you for such a long time, and you can one day just kind of grow from it. You can one day assimilate all that experience into something which you realize, you know what? I've had enough of this. This doesn't suit me anymore. But there is something that does suit me, and this knowledge will help me get there. I'm actually going to reconcile this toxic experience into something good for myself. And you start taking steady steps in that direction. Or maybe you just leave them cold turkey. The fact that you are willing and able to grow and make the best of an awful experience, it terrifies them because it shows that you can do something that they can't. You can go through something completely awful and grow from it in a way that benefits you. You can leave and not need them and not want them back and be okay with that. Narcissists can't grow, not emotionally. They only grow in their ability to be more cunning and manipulative. They grow in their ability to be more fake, but they don't grow sincerely. They don't grow genuinely. They can't accept that people don't need them because they feel their ego takes too hard of a hit. Everything that the narcissist grows in is in artifice, is in this artificiality. When they see somebody growing in something in an area that's sincere, emotionally, in their heart, wisdom, people who want good for themselves and for others, that is something that I'm kind of picturing that scene from the movie Dracula, Dead and Loving It, when the vampire went into Mina's bedroom and there was garlic everywhere, and he just had this, like, I think it was Leslie Nielsen, the actor, and just made this horrific expression when he approached, he was the vampire in that movie, Dracula, approached the garlic, and it kind of like stung him. And he wanted to take Mina out of the bedroom, and he wanted to get rid of the garlic, but he couldn't because it overpowered him. That's kind of how narcissists feel when you're just trying to make the best of a bad situation and you're moving on. They just feel threatened. They feel small. They feel like their ego's taking too much of a hit. And they'll try to put you back where they had you before. But that doesn't always succeed. And when that doesn't succeed, and when they know that it doesn't succeed, and they'll be wasting their time with you. Mind you, narcissists have very limited energy reservoirs to try to get you to comply. At some point, they're just not going to give what they don't have to try to change you. But boy, they go through some serious mental gymnastics to try to come to terms with it. And they never really do. They never really do come to terms with it. They can spend weeks, months, sometimes even years, if you've left them and you've grown, trying to recount history and reality in their mind, trying to come up with some narrative that somehow shows that they still won, even though won. What did they win? You're not even playing a game with them. You're not even really minded by them. But when push comes to shove and nothing else works, and they can't get you back, and they can't prove their superiority, then their fallback is just trying to remanufacture reality in their mind in such a way that they can actually live with themselves, with their ego not taking too much of a hit. And because it's all fake, the mental gymnastics behind that is horrendously exhausting for them. And it takes them a long time to get to a satisfying position. Thanks for watching.